Hey everyone, how you all doing? This is another update video giving you an idea of what's going on my end right now. Last time I did an update it was because of my grand aunt that passed away, and it took me a long while to feel better from that, so I'm alright now, but still my workload is, how should we say, pretty heavy in this case, because I have like a long list of games that I want to do let's plays of. Like, not every one of them is current mainstream games, but a lot of them are obscure. Some of them I played through when I was a kid and I beat, and that I could play through no problem. Well, for the most part, but it's just like I would want to do many more, but the problem is I have my Sony Vegas Pro 13 and I'm still using my Lenovo Z585 laptop, and it's not the fastest when it comes to rendering. It takes about like more than half a day to render one video compared to something like Final Cut Pro, which I was using at my college. It takes about like 20 minutes to render one video, even if it's an hour long. So, and I'm going back to college for one more year. So, my plan is right now is to record as many parts for games as possible, and then render as many as I can here while I'm at home, and whatever I don't get rendered, I can do the rest while I'm at college, because I'm going to be pretty busy at college with 2 days of classes, all 4 of my classes, and on both of those days, so it's going to be pretty hectic with the work hours I have. But right now, the games I'm trying to complete the Let's Plays of are Kingdom Hearts Final Mix, which is on my PS4 1.5 and 2.5, and the Evil Within, which I need to complete just so I can be ready when the Evil Within 2 comes out. Because the Evil Within 2 took me by surprise when it was announced, because I had no idea it was going to be announced, and it really surprised me more that Shinji Mikami was directing it, even though he said the Evil Within would be his last directing job. But I don't know. People are always subject to change their minds. But anyways, I also want to get back into a Resident Evil 7 Biohazard, and I want to get the banned footages. But here's the thing: banned footage 1 costs $9.99, and banned footage 2 costs $14.99. So what does banned footage 2 have that justifies for like $5 more than the first part? But I don't know. I'm not going to put my money on those yet, and I'm waiting for the Hero DLC to come out like this fall, because you saw like at the end of the last video I had on Resident Evil 7 that I was thinking, oh wait, it is spring 2017 that it comes out, but I later found out that it was delayed, so I have to wait for a few more months or so. And I also want to get, and I do have a couple of videos on standby waiting to be rendered for Genma Onimusha for the Xbox, and I need to complete that game as well. And I really need to get back into Call of Cthulhu, because I've only done 2 parts on that, and that's really kind of disappointing me. But there's these other damn games I'm trying to get through, and there's also a list of other games that I want to start. Like, for example, I want to do Phantom Dust for the Xbox, as well as Castlevania Curse of Darkness for the Xbox, Breakdown for the Xbox, and I want to get to the sequel of The Suffering, which is called The Suffering Ties That Bind, to the Xbox, just so I can get that game done. I actually played to the end, but I had this hardest time taking out the final boss, which I think because I didn't upgrade on my rage meter that much, but I will improve on that in that Let's Play session. Another game I want to get to is Jak and Daxter: The Precursor Legacy for the PS3, which I actually did beat 100%. And for Jak 2 and 3, I don't think Jak 2 is going to happen, because I've been playing Jak 2 recently, and I got really, really frustrated at times. So frustrated because they make Jak 2 like Grand Theft Auto, and it doesn't really work like that despite the praise it gets. I mean, it just doesn't. I hate the sluggish controls on the hovercrafts. I don't like some of the challenges. The aiming is very loose with the guns. I mean, it's not to say Jak 2 is the worst game I've ever played, but I prefer the first Jak and Daxter game over Jak 2, and I just hate the way they changed it. And I imagine Jak 3 is no better for me, so So only Jak and Daxter Precursor Legacy I'll do a Let's Play of, because I don't rage the most on that. But Jak 2 and 3, not a chance. But yeah, and I also recently completed the Resident Evil 4 for the assignment Ada in separate ways. I don't know if I'm gonna get to Mercenaries Road. I just gotta render those videos out now. And what else? I want to do a Let's Play of The Last of Us Remastered on the PlayStation 4, but there's this one part in the game where I have to do stealth at night, and no matter what I do, no matter how much of a stealth person I am, it just doesn't work. I mean, I'm not the best when it comes to stealth, but I just struggle with that certain part, and if I can get through that, then I will consider doing a Let's Play of it. But the game is pretty overrated, but what can you do? And I also want to get into a Ratchet and Clank Going Commando. But yeah, I want to get into a Ratchet and Clank Going Commando. And yeah, just because I have a much fun time with that compared to the first game. And another game I want to get into is Ghost in the Shell for the PlayStation 2, which I actually acquired on eBay a couple of months ago. And I think it was getting expensive because of the Scarlett Johansson movie, though my feelings on that are very, very mixed. I didn't really enjoy it too much. I like the effects, but not really whitewashing Johansson. So what else do you have? Oh yeah, I want to get to Onimusha 2 Samurai's Destiny, but it's gonna be a bit complicated because of the way they made Onimusha 2 to be try to make it more of an open world game, which is flawed on several levels. But I'll get into that some other time. And I want to get into the game Serena. It's supposed to be a point-and-click horror game, and I want to do a face cam with that game as well. And if I can get around to do that, then that'll be fine. So, yeah, I have a lot of stuff to do. So, yeah, that's pretty much my plan. Record as much as I can and render as much as I can. And whatever I don't get rendered here, I'll do it at college and do more Let's Plays there when I'm not busy with my college work. So, thank you guys for tuning in, and until next time, I will catch you guys later.